Hi, I'm Nathan from Skate Loser. Welcome to the channel. I teach about the sport of skateboarding and the community. Before we get into the video, I want to apologize to the 3 kids that watch my videos all the time. There's been a lot going on personally, but I was supposed to upload the day after I even said I'm gonna upload the next day after this video. Then a week goes by and nothing, so finally back on it. Hopefully I'll be uploading every day still. I'm gonna be making 2 videos a day, so I hope I'm actually able to do that. Thanks for those that'll continue to support me, and hopefully this break didn't set me back too much. Alright, now let's get into the actual video. There are lots of skaters that have influenced me since I started skating, and in this video I'm gonna go over the top ones that I think everyone will agree with. Not necessarily my opinions, as I won't even be including some of my favorite skaters, but just as a list of skaters that most people would agree with to be the best. And I agree for the most part. Number 10. Andrew Reynolds. Andrew was the first really young skater I saw to have his own professional skate video parts, and I'm blown away at how good he is. He was truly a natural on the skateboard from the very beginning. To this day, I'm still amazed by his ability to maintain and perform at such a high level. He's one of the last skaters from the golden age of skating that's still just as good as he was now. Back then. Good as he is now. Good as he was now. Yeah. He's like the Tom Cruise of skateboarders. He doesn't really age. Number 9. Tom Penny. I felt like Tom came onto the skate scene out of nowhere and just blew up. He had such a natural style that made skateboarding look easy and effortless. Most of my friends and I were heavily influenced by his style and fashion. I probably wear cargo pants and beanies because he made it look so cool. He was a trendsetter without even trying to be. I also respect him for stepping away from the limelight when all the hype and fame came around and it became too much for him. He did it for the love of skating and not for the popularity. Number 8. Tony Hawk. Skating hasn't always been as widely accepted as it is now. In fact, it was really hated for a long time by a lot of people. It was even criminalized in some places. So when Tony Hawk started commercializing the sport with video games and clothing in big stores like Walmart and Target, people were a little apprehensive to accept the change from underground to mainstream. Now it has become an Olympic sport and is globally accepted, and it's exactly why Tony Hawk is the most popular name in skateboarding. Number 7. Rob Dyrdek. As much as I credit Tony Hawk for everything he's done in skateboarding, I have to give Rob the same respect. There's a generational gap from the style of vert ramp skating that Tony threw up in the 70s and 80s to street skating that didn't really start to become popular until the 90s. He pioneered public skate parks called skate plazas that consist more of stairs, handrails, benches, and ledges to represent more of a true street skating vibe versus the traditional way of ramps and bowls. Rob helped move street skating from the underground to the forefront. Number 6. Aaron Homoki. I would classify Aaron as the Evel Knievel of the sport. He defies gravity and pushes the envelope of what the human body can withstand. I remember the first time I saw one of his video parts, I couldn't believe that it was even humanly possible to jump off buildings, gaps, and stairs of that height and actually roll away. He definitely takes the sport to a level far beyond what I could have ever imagined. Regardless of whether you're a fan of skateboarding or not, you should check out this guy and be blown away. Number 5. Jamie Thomas. I think it's safe to say there would be no Aaron Homoki without a skater like Jamie Thomas. Jamie's one of the original godfathers of being a daredevil. Watching his skate parks was like controlled chaos. Every trick he did was insanely fast and on 10. Still to this day, Jamie has one of my favorite video parts of all time, in the Toy Machine, Welcome to Hell video. His song selection of Iron Maiden's Hallowed Be Thy Name couldn't have been more perfect too. That became an instant classic. Number 4. Chris Markovich. Speaking of classics, Chris was one of the most influential skaters of his time, and I know lots of people that started skating because of him. I personally didn't know about him until after I started skating, but I can see why people get motivated by seeing his clips. He's got really good style and energy, and you really just can't help getting jealous of him and impressed when he skates. It makes you want to be able to be that cool. Number 3. Nyjah Huston. If you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. Well, good luck beating Nyjah. He's like the Michael Jordan of skating. He's so good on the competitive level that he's won more competitions than any other skater in history and is the highest paid skater in contest wins. Niger is a prime example of what the sport has evolved to. He has several high-paying endorsements, including his own Nike Pro Model shoe, and his level of success has made him definitely a celebrity in the sport. Watching him in contests is like watching any of the greatest athletes in their prime. He's just so consistent when the pressure's on. Love him or hate him, you gotta respect him because he didn't get to the top without a ton of hard work and practice and sacrifice. Number 2, Day One Song. The beauty of skateboarding is that anyone can develop their own style and identity within the sport. Kinda like a musician or an artist. Day One is definitely an artist. He goes against all the conventional ways of thinking when he skates. His creative ways of using weird objects and obstacles to push just beyond the skateboard as a source of inspiration is incredibly unique and is always entertaining to watch because you never know what he's going to come up with. It's like a genius. He's proof that there's no wrong way to skateboard just as long as you love doing it. Day One is definitely one of the most creative skaters of our time. And lastly, we've got number 1, Rodney Mullen. I think it's safe to say that without a doubt, Rodney Mullen is a godfather of street skating. He grew up in the 70s and 80s doing a style of skateboarding called freestyle before street skating ever really existed. Rodney invented a multitude of tricks such as the ollie, kickflip, heel flip, tray flip, and many more that are now fundamental foundation of street skateboarding. He's always been a pioneer when it came to inventing new tricks and new ways to ride the skateboard. Some of my favorite skate videos of all time are when he and Day One would try to outdo each other with crazy obstacles and tricks that no one else would even think of doing. The way that these two treated skating was truly a creative art form. Rodney has gone on to do several public speaking appearances and wrote his own biography. He's hands down one of the most influential creators of the sport and will go down in history as the legend of skateboarding. Well, that's it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed. If you don't recognize the names of any of the skaters in the video, definitely check them out because they're all great. If I missed any you think you deserve to be on the list more, let me know, and maybe I'll fix it if you got a valid point. I hope you've gotten some kind of entertainment or information from this, even if it wasn't much. Thanks for taking your time to watch this video to the end. If you liked the video, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a like. If you have the time, go through my channel, see if you like any other videos, and if you do, maybe even subscribe. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. Love and peace, good luck skating.